Hello everyone. This short video is going to show you how to use the Word template that I've included for the class in order to upload your formal report. So you need to use Microsoft Word in order to upload and create your formal report because Microsoft Word has much more robust formatting features, especially when it comes to the table of contents than Google Docs or other programs do. So it's really important that you're using Microsoft. The issue though is I am going to show you this on a version of Microsoft Word that is for MacBook computers. You may or may not have this version of Word. Yours might look slightly different. If it does, I would really encourage you to just go to YouTube and find some videos for your specific version of Word if you're having trouble figuring out how to use some of these features. They're all in Word, they just might look slightly different depending on the version you're using. My second suggestion is that you do not write your report in this document. What you want to make sure that you do is that you write your report on your cloud-based document so that you can collaborate with your team. And then when you have everything exactly mostly how you want it to be, you're going to copy and paste the sections into this document. Because this is a template that is pre-formatted, you want to kind of avoid messing too much with the actual format or typing, especially if multiple people are typing in the document. This is more a template that you use to finalize. So I've set everything up for you so that you don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is go in and make sure that you change everything that needs to be changed. You have your letter of transmittal. It's already pre-set up where you just put in the information and it even tells you what should happen in each paragraph. You'll see that there is a table of contents, and I'm going to show you how to actually use that table of contents and upgrade it and upload it and update it. There's your executive summary. It tells exactly what should be in the executive summary. Make sure that yours is not in red ink. I've put that red in there to kind of give you a sense of what should be there. This is where your report starts, and you can tell that because the page number changes to number 1 instead of the Roman numerals. It tells what should be in the introduction. You can keep or get rid of any of these subheadings depending on what works for your report. And then there's various headings and subheadings. So I'm going to show you a couple of these and how they work and how you fix them with your table of contents. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your report kind of planned out and outlined before you get into this section. When you get to your first body point, then you're going to type in the heading that you want for that. So for instance, for our current project, one of the first things that Mr. Ronan has asked for is a review of the current literature. And I have asked you to identify multiple themes. So you can go in and you can change all of those by just highlighting and replacing them. When you come back up to your table of contents then, if you right click, or if you just tap on the table of contents, you'll bring up the menu formatting, and there's this little caret that you can say update table. When you update the table, you'll see now that it says review of the current literature, theme, and theme 2. So you may need to make more of these headings or subheadings, and they're very, very easy to make. To make them and to use them, you're going to be using the formatting, the design formatting up here at the top of the right part of the screen. If you've never used this before, like I said, there's plenty of YouTube videos that walk you through it really easily. But basically what this is it's preset formatting so that you don't have to remember what size font, what level of boldness, what spacing that you use for each level of your headings. So your main parts of the overall report, introduction, review of current literature, conclusion, right? Those are all heading level 1. Anything beneath them, like theme, is heading level number 2. It goes all the way down to heading level number 5. So if you have an illustration, you could highlight the illustration and say, I'm going to put that at heading level number 4, make it smaller. That goes the whole way through your paper. And anything that you add all you have to do is come back and update the table. Make sure that you click Update Entire Table. And now you can see down here, it's changed the information. Now, if I want to put in additional headings, if I want to put in, now I want this to be, we have a review of the literature, and we have case study number 1. I can simply highlight case study number 1. I know that that's going to be under my first heading. By clicking on heading, it's now formatted it to look exactly like the other heading. And when I come back up to my table of contents and I update my table, update the entire table, now you can see that case study number 1 appears in the table of contents. So you can add or subtract as many headings as you like. The other thing that you can do when you're using the design features is you can change the overall look. So once your entire document is finished, you can decide, actually what I want is I want to use this color, right? I want all my headings to have a blue background, or I want some of them to be blue and some of them larger. You can make your titles larger or smaller. You can go through and change in any number of ways. There's all sorts of different options that you can have to format your paper. I suggest that you stick with something fairly simple so that you don't end up with a report that is too busy. But if you want to change any of the default, you can simply right-click on whichever heading it is. You can modify it and say, okay, actually I want this to be bold. I want it to be dark blue. And I'm going to underline it, right? So when I click that, now everything that is a heading 1 will change to what I want it to be. And when I come back up to my table of contents, again, I simply update the table, update the entire table, and make sure it's consistent. The other thing to remember as you are going through and finishing your paper is that right now this is built, I'm going to show you the invisible formatting here, with a page break after your conclusion. The page break means that references are always going to be on their own separate page. You really want to make sure that you're using page breaks instead of just simply hitting the return or the enter key to try to move something down to a new page. You can do that if you are doing section breaks as well, if you need to put more formatting into your document. For the most part though, this particular template is all that you need in order to put your report together. If you have any issues using the template, you can always reach out for help. But again, there are a ton of YouTube videos available that help teach you how to use these styles effectively. Go simple, it doesn't have to be fancy, and use the template to kind of save yourself a headache. If you have any questions, let me know.